for the guys out there, what I would do as far as an action, if you're listening to this, you haven't, the one action you can do right now is share it with your wife. Like just share it with her and say, hey man, maybe there's a different side of the world that you could look at. You talked about how I was light years in front of you in self-development. Yeah. I used to literally roll around way before I met you, listening to Tony Robbins CD tapes, doing cocaine off the tapes and drinking beer all day long, but listening to the fucking thing. So I've been putting Toma top of mind awareness, this information in my mind for a long time. But you didn't know it. And I guarantee some of the guys that are listening to what I do, or maybe they're on other places, they haven't transferred that over to their wife. So my call to action for the dudes is to share this with them. Right? Like share this podcast with them. Share it with maybe your mom. It doesn't matter. Share it with somebody. Take an action step to actually spread the message that if you have action solves all. And for the ladies out there that's hearing this thing, she's like, you know what? I want to fucking do this, but I'm afraid. Talk to that lady. And
you know what? I could say something that's from a different perspective, just a little bit. Yes, the men absolutely need to share or allow show their wife a different path, or hey, maybe you should try this, but really allow her to be her most authentic self. I mean, how many times?
That's another podcast.
It is. I know, but I have to say that because there's been so many things that I've come up to you and I'm like, I want to try this. Ridiculous things that I'm sure even though you've never said it out loud, but you've allowed me to feel comfortable enough to be like, oh my gosh, I want to try raising chickens, or I want to try doing this, right? So that's huge. And for allowing those husbands to have like that safe space for their wife to feel fucking comfortable enough to say that. Because I guarantee there's a husband or a wife out there, a wife is too embarrassed or intimidated because their connection and their marriage has been so cut off for so long that she's not going to feel comfortable going up to her husband saying, I want to go to the gym and I want to lose 100 pounds. He's going to say, ha, yeah, fucking right. Good luck.
Right. A lot of,
right.
Right. Or they look at
he shouldn't, but
and he might not physically say it, but he's going to think. I can think of clients right now that are like, their wives have put on all this weight. They got the world by the balls and they've just lost attraction to him and they're not trying to get anything back. And part of the reason they're not getting it back is because the wives don't take action.
Right.
They became victims, which we could do another podcast on that.
But just for the wives, my two biggest takeaways: action above all, and what you choose to believe is going to create your life.